Hello, folks. Let's take a look at these new drills we're trying in class. And let's take a look at it for the A minor scale. You see the handout that we talked about in class. I want to emphasize something that, let's see, do I have a version of this in my 4-score where I can write on it? Here we go. Look at this. The first half of this exercise here is the first half of the bottom octave of the scale. First half, or if you want to think of it as the bottom part of the scale. And the second half, the second measure, is the second half of the scale, or the top part of the scale, however you like to think about that. So I would like to practice that with the fingerings that are shown here. And let's go up and down 3 times each for each hand, or for each measure, I'm sorry. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and 1 and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E, 1 E and 2 E and 1. Now, if you saw me, I used a stationary 5th finger for the left hand as if I were starting and ending the scale. But let's now try it now with the thumb on that note as if it were in the middle of a multi-octave scale. Ready? E and go. E and 1. Thumbs and thumbs. So those would be the fingers if you were in the middle of the scale, not at the top or bottom. In measure 2, we have the top part of the scale. And in that measure, our right hand can be stationary. And remember, we're doing the harmonic version of the scale, so it's going to be all white notes except for the raised 7th scale degree G sharp. You're going to have this kind of uncomfortable little split between the 3rd and the 4th finger. And in the left hand, it's going to be the mobile hand, crossing over and back as we travel back and forth between these. Let me stop my screen share so that you can see the hands do this. Here's the top half of the scale. Looks like this. Okay, try it with me now. Ready? E and go. E and. And stop. Now let's try it as if we were in a multi-octave scale and we're in the middle of it, and we're going to move up our thumb to that upper note tonic instead of using the stationary pinky as that we would normally use at the very top of the scale. Here we go. Thumb, the only difference, we're going to do the same thing again except using the thumb at the top in the right hand. Ready? E and go. E and then if you want to try the whole thing together, 1 octave, looks like this. And hopefully those coordinations will feel kind of familiar by the time you finish doing these little drills, the 5-finger position drills, where in the first bottom half of the scale, the left hand is mostly stationary. In the top half of the scale, the right hand is mostly stationary. And just as a reminder, for those of you who may not have heard this line in the center here of these big typed numbers, those are scale degrees, not fingerings. The fingerings are in red on this chart, and the scale degrees are in the center. Let's try it in one more key. Let's try it in C minor. So for C minor, we have a C minor 5-finger position in the left hand. The right hand up and down, crossing. Back and forth like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And up and down like that. Here we go. C minor. Ready, E, and go. E, and And then, let's try it with the thumb on the low note down here as if we were in the middle of a scale. Ready, E, and go. E, and That's the bottom half of the scale. Top half of the scale starts on scale degree 4, which is F. And the right hand, as we remember, is going to be stationary. It needs a raised 7th scale degree. C minor has 3 flats. We're raising the 7th scale degree from B flat to B natural. And the left hand's going to be the one doing a lot of the pivoting here. First time that we do this, let's do it with finger 5 at the top as if it were the very top of a multi-octave scale. Ready, E, and go. E, and Now let's put the right hand to work as if it were in the middle of that scale and needed to tuck the thumb under in order to continue. So we're going to substitute the thumb. We're going to put the thumb up here at the top when we reach the top C. Ready, E, and go. E, and 1, and thumbs together at the top. And that's the whole scale. We can try 1 octave. Ready, and go. 8 notes. 1, and 2, and 3. And hopefully that will feel familiar to you now after you've done those 2 5-finger position exercises. And you know, the windshield wiper exercise that we do, that's really covering the transition across the tonic. I hope you know what I'm talking about here, that taking the 6th chord and emphasizing the fingers that play together all the time, which are 3, 1, 3. That's really what's happening there across a multi-octave scale. That's the transition across the tonic. So you can try that one too if you'd like. Okay, I hope this helps you, and you should transpose it to the other 3 scales, which are D minor, and E minor, and G minor.